Hey guys, insight number 2, just doing 4 this week, and there's no notes, just go look at the Come Follow Me manual, because I'm just taking it from there really, pretty much. It's actually a really good week. I teach from there anyway, as you know, but I just didn't have time to write my own notes around it. So let's just have a look at, I'm just kind of freestyling here. Chapter 9, specifically the Come Follow Me manual talks through 14 to 23, which we will talk about. So Alma and Amulet go out to teach to the people at Amanihar again, and interesting that he comes in from a different way, still meets the same people, and they say unto him in 6. Now, this sounds like a harsh question, but actually put it in the right context, and you'd say the same thing too. Actually, verse 2, they say, "Who art thou?" Like, who are you? Suppose ye that we shall believe the testimony of one man, although he should preach unto us that the earth should pass away. Like, you're coming and teaching us stuff we're not familiar with. It doesn't make sense to what we know, and we don't know who you are. Why the heck would we believe you? Now, you would do the same thing. It sounds really disrespectful because we know who Alma is. They don't. And then 3, they understood not the words which he was speaking. They just didn't get it. He's speaking in the best way he can, and it's just not happening. There's no relationship formed between Alma and this people. They don't know him. He might have been the chief judge, and they're like, and? Like it just, and we can be a bit that way too. 6 is like, and they said, "Who is God that sendeth no more authority than one man among this people to declare unto them the truth of such great and marvellous things?" And it says in 7 that they came forth to lay his hands on him, and Alma's like, "I stood with boldness to declare unto them, yea, I did boldly testify by them, saying," and he goes on to say all these wonderful things. "Do you not remember who you are? Do you not remember who you came from? The blessings that are given," and it goes on through there, mostly in 14, where it starts off, "Now that I would that you should remember, inasmuch as the Lamanites have not kept the commandments of God, they've been cut off." So there's a lot of rememberers and a lot of neverthelesses around. It's more tolerable for them because they didn't know. You guys know. You should know. So it's a big, it's a sermon from Alma basically on remember who you are, where you came from. You've got all these blessings. You're a blessed people. You're a favored of the Lord. And now when people hear that, God's blessings come with great responsibilities. If you're favored of the Lord, people will think, "Oh, wow, you're his favorite." No, what it means is you've been well blessed. Now go do the work. That's what it means. So, like for myself, I have a house. It's raining outside. I'm inside. And have food, comfort. I even have a free day of power today. So I'm doing a lot of washing and putting it in the dryer. Much blessings. But then there comes great responsibility. And what's that responsibility? Teach the gospel. Help others. Serve others. Love others. Because we have been given such great opportunity for knowledge and being able to have our homes, welcome people into your home, share what you have, the resources you have. It all goes back to that, the law of, in the Old Testament, the law of hospitality that they live by, that code of hospitality that they live by. And that also, if you're the oldest and you inherit more, it's not so you can be better off, it's because it's now your responsibility to take care of the younger people in your family. Which is what will happen when I go. I don't have children, but I will do the best I can with what I have obtained in this life, because I have been blessed, to make sure that the younger children of the family are taken care of in the best way possible. It's just what you can do. But what he's saying here is he just goes through all these different things. So if you're doubting about who you are, this is a good read for you. Alma 9's a good read. He says in 26, which is a good one, "And not many days hence the Son of God shall come in his glory, and his glory shall be the glory of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace, equity, and truth, full of patience, mercy, and long-suffering, quick to hear the cries of his people and to answer their prayers." So that's a great verse if you're thinking that this plan is all about sin and suffering and horribleness. It's like, no. He's coming to relieve all of that. And 28, "Prepare ye the way for the Lord." You've got this in you. But anyway, he finishes up speaking, and they want to come in, like, this is at the end of 30, And they literally want to come and arrest him and throw him in prison, but they can't do that. 32 says, and also because I said unto them, they are lost and fallen people. I mean, like, if this guy turns up and starts accusing you of stuff, you're going to want to throw him in prison too, right? I can see it. They were angry with me and sought to lay their hands upon me that they might cast me into prison. But it came to pass, this 33, that the Lord did not suffer them that they should take me at that time and cast me into the prison. And in 34, it came to pass that Amulek went and stood forth and began to preach unto them. And then in verse 10, you get the words of Amulek. Now, the difference is they know Amulek. Amulek is one of their neighbours, is one of the people in their city that they respect. He's got a large family that they know of. So if he starts talking, they're going to go, oh, we know him, and he's saying the same stuff. Maybe we should listen. And this is the difference. Again, while missionaries are great, they are strangers to us. But if you can get someone who you know to teach the gospel to you, it's so much more received better. Anything is, really. You need that relationship. But God's blessings come with great responsibility. And it's easy to forget, that you lived highly favoured of the Lord, or that you currently live highly favoured of the Lord. I think that sometimes and think, oh my gosh, I've got this and that, and then I'm like, no, hang on a minute. I'm in my comfortable warm bed. I have the things I need, all is well. It's so easy to forget that one would term myself, no, I'm not terming myself that, but one would term myself highly favoured of the Lord because of what he's blessed me with. The constant blessings I get of the little things, even though it's hard. One simple thing, go to get my medicine from the pharmacy yesterday, only 2 of the script items had come through. The third one, on the new electronic system, had not come through. Ring my doctor's office, he's in an appointment for an hour, can't deal with it right then. I'm not going to wait around for an hour. I've now got to drive across town this morning and go get the other one and get them to fix it. But they did fix it, and I was able to get my medications. It wasn't as easy as I would have liked it, but one could term I'm still highly favoured of the Lord. Why? Because it worked out and I got what I needed. It could not have worked out. I could not have got what I needed, and I could be without any of that medication. So, it's all in perspective, and what are you looking at? Again, that Christ-focused living will help you see that you do have great blessings, and that there is a whole lot of responsibility in that to help others and to love others. So, ponder the blessings he's given you and what responsibilities come with these blessings, because they're going to look different for all of us. It might be that you're raising children right now and that's your greatest responsibility. It might be that you're a newly called bishop. Hey, Bryson. He's going to be like, what? He's just our newly called bishop, and he's really lovely. But, this is going to come, he's going to get lots of blessings in being our bishop, but it's also going to be really hard for him and his family. There's a lot of things that are already falling into place for his family, but it doesn't make it this magic carpet ride of goodness and happy fairy tales. It's still hard slog, but there's great blessings in that, especially if he throws himself into the work. And what are you doing to stay true to these responsibilities? What are you doing daily to try to remember what these are? To remember when you wake, to look around, to just pause for a moment and say, hey, you know what? I got some great blessings here. So what's my responsibilities today, Lord? What do you need me to do today? To also remember that. There's some references to Doctrine and Covenants that talk about the same thing. Around it might look like great hardship, and some days it does. And it is hard. I'm not saying it's easy. Even if you've got all the things, it can still be freaking hard. But that doesn't mean that there's not blessings there and that you shirk your responsibilities. Again, as I talked about in the first one, my responsibility I felt came to teach more Jesus. When President Nelson talked nearly 6 years ago in October, it'll be, that he talked about calling the church by its correct name and to talk Jesus more often. I'm like, yep, I need to do that. I really felt that very strongly burn within me that I need to do that. And that's when I started doing this stuff. About a month later, for the new year, when we started Come Follow Me, I was like, yeah, we're going to have a Come Follow Me group, and it's grown. It's grown huge. It's grown from 20 people that were local to something, if you count up, about 400 to 500 people over different platforms come listen to me talk about Come Follow Me. It's insane. And yet they do. And I'm grateful you're here. So there you go. That was one of my responsibilities. How do I stay true to that? I do the study. I deliver the best I can. And some weeks it's really not that organised, but I'm here teaching you and giving you my testimony of it. So that's what I can do. All right, hang around. We're going to look at 11 to 12 and the plan of salvation or the plan of redemption. All right, I'll see you there.